just want to make sure we're trying to build a grassroots campaign to support Bradley, trying to engage people in various ways. And that's how we ended up with 70 events around the world. That's like 70, not 17 or anything like that, 70. And that's impressive for an Oakland-based operation. You know, I got involved with military law when I was court-martialed for refusing to deploy to Iraq after the military unfairly, in my opinion, denied my conscientious objector application. They told me that I was insincere, and so every day since then I've been trying to prove them wrong. So I appreciate their kick in the ass, motivating me to do something with my life for the first time. I got involved with this case 2.5 years ago. Like Rainey said, we had a website, we had a bunch of people from around the world, we didn't know each other. And in those last 2.5 years, we made a promise to Bradley and his family that we would pay the entire legal bill for any legal team that he chose. And that was a big statement from somebody who had like $17 in our bank account. But we did it. We did it because of people like you donate. We had 16,500 people have donated to Bradley's Defense Fund. And I know some of you are here today. We have raised almost $1 million. $1 million used to be a big amount of money. But is it all going to the fucking lawyers? A lot of it is. A lot of it is going to the fucking lawyers. However, a lot of it is going to support this campaign. So we have people interaging with the media day in and day out. Because of our media relations guy, I just got interviewed live on MSNBC down the street here to talk about this event and other events going around the world. We can support our organizer, Michael Thurman here, doing his work in the Bay Area. We have Emma Cape doing the international organizing. We have a web developer making sure the website is up to date. And we have hackers trying to take us out every day. We have right-wing hackers. Not from China, but from right here in the United States, trying to take us down every day. And we need that guy to keep us up. So all of that stuff, a full-time effort. Next week, Bradley Manning will again be in the courtroom there. And we've been sitting behind him, 5 feet behind him for every single hearing. And he knows about our support for him. And that's why he looks hopeful. And he looks like he's looking forward to the fight of the court-martial, the fight of his life, because he knows he has millions of people around the world that support him. And he couldn't face that without us and without you to have his back. So we're going to keep fighting until Bradley Manning's free. We are facing off against literally the FBI, the NSA, the State Department, all the resources of the military prosecutors. And that's pretty challenging. And unless we had the support of people like you, we wouldn't have a shot in hell. But we do have a shot because we're going to keep going until we win. We only have to win one of these arguments, and Bradley Manning will be freed. I don't know if that's going to be this year or next year, or it's going to be 2 or 3 years from now. But I am not going to let Bradley Manning spend the rest of his life in prison, and I'm confident that the people of America and the world will not let a young man who is doing nothing more than trying to do the right thing in a crazy illegal war spend the rest of his life in prison. And let's put that into context. Two weeks ago, the U.S. government came to the agreement with the international bank HSBC for money laundering. They were money laundering for North Korea, for terrorists, for drug cartels. They ended up paying $2 billion in the settlement, but not one banker went to jail. Not only are they too big to fail, the U.S. government said they were too big to jail. Now, let's talk about Bradley Manning, 22 years old, an Army intelligence analyst doing his job, watching horrific things, and coming to the idealistic, maybe naive conclusion that the world needed to see these wrongdoings, and putting his life on the line to share that information with the world. Not one person was harmed, not one person was hurt, and yet Bradley Manning is facing life in prison. That is an injustice, and we are not going to give up until that injustice is wrong. Thank you for being out here as one of 70 different cities around the world.